stream. So what were we doing yesterday? Alright, we implemented the test system. So the next step is to create some tests. Better pin a message. Want to follow along. And then we pin this thing. If we find the little dots there, pin message. Message has been pinned. Why is the chat so tiny and all this unnecessary stuff so big? No, I don't want to exit stream. Expand menu. I want to do the opposite. I want to make the menu small. Stream is healthy. I like to hear that. Oh well, it has to be the way it is then. Hey Tus! We have a cat, but the cat doesn't code. She just eats a bunch of food, don't you? You eat a bunch of food? Of course she parks here, where I want to access my keyboard. You silly cat. Please sit over there. Ah, cat hair in my nose. Alright, so we were going to make some test cases. What is this? Inspect, file watch. Oh yeah, that's another project. Did we put the tests here somewhere? I guess we did the testing here. Whoop. And we even had a watch idea here. Kinda want these to be somewhat indented. Exit code, base signal, signal code. Then we have icon. So let's have a space, then the icon, then p args, then p status and p signal. Oops. Ops signal. Oh, that didn't work. Info is not defined. Yeah, that's better, I guess. I would like to see the signal thing in action because I haven't tried that one. So, if we would take the test fail thing, let's do a test lock. While true, is there a sleep function? Does node have a wait, synchron, isn't it? UOs. Oh, I have one U too much. Does not have a synchronous sleep function. What? Shared array buffer. Wait, set timeout? What's set timeout? Node set timeout. So now this one is stuck here. And it's because it's running test lock. So if we would kill that one, now we got sig term there. That's very nice. I like that. Because then we can use that to see if we had a timeout. So we should incorporate some sort of timeout in our testing framework here. So here we have run program. We should have timeout equals nothing, I guess, to begin with. But if we had one, Here we wait for a process. We should also start a timeout if we use timeout. If timeout. And then we need to see how we do schedule a timeout. Oh, we need to berate ChatGPT also. You fooled me again. So we need to set a timeout. So we use a timeout, we get the timeout object. Where are we? Here. I guess we want to have a handler for it specifically. Now we need to store a handler for it. Timeout handler equals, well, it's nothing. Timeout handler equals set timeout. Do we need to import it from somewhere? I guess we'll figure that out. And I guess we need to do this further down. Because we need to spawn the child first. So here the child is spawned. Let's see. We also probably need to kill it in 2 attempts. Like one ask nicely, one ask less nicely. Node spawn kill. So if timeout, we set timeout handler to a timeout that will run child.kill, but it may still not kill the child. So we need to also, okay, and also like, will it wait there? Is it synchronous? Child process will not be terminated when attempt to kill the parent. This is likely to happen when running a new process in a shell. Does not terminate Node.js process in the shell. I guess it's because the shell... that's weird. I think for now we'll just do the simple one, and then we can add, make it better in the future. And here we need to finish up. So if timeout handler dot cancel. So that should probably work. How does it keep running if that thing broke? Oh, was it because but we haven't set a timeout, so it should still get stuck. Oh, it's because no. Make clean. Okay, now it gets stuck, as I expected it to be. Okay, I guess, so here it is, but when you kill this thing, then it kills the child. So, the next step now is to actually use the timeout. And we'll have a timeout on 1 second. 1 second timeout by default. It's not a function. Set timeout. That returns a timeout object. Oh, you use clear timeout? No, you run clear timeout and pass the thingamajig to it. That's so weird. So you do clear timeout. Mix in some functional programming in there. Wait, why are they all sig term? Oh, because we didn't actually set the timeout? I also think I want to do make B, so that it builds everything every time. Gotta waste those resources. We should also log that it failed. And log what timeout we were using. Timeout. I guess we can just do timeout. And then we should have any like extra info here. And extra info will be declared up here and be empty. But here we'll set extra info dot timeout triggered equals true. I guess we could have started the report earlier and then filled it in later, but this will do. So when we print the report, we should care about this also. So we do had, alright, timeout triggered report, well, TT inspect report timeout triggered. It is true, it triggered because we don't actually set it. So here we have the function, then we need to actually have the timeout. Test fails like we expect it to. Test lock has timeout triggered. I think also we should have like a much lower timeout for testing here. But with test lock specifically, I guess if we make a config, maybe we should config the one we know will lock with a shorter time. The tricky bit with using absolute time is that, I mean, we'll probably always be running this on a modern computer, but if we weren't running it on a modern computer, then we could have this trigger in cases it shouldn't. Added test cases, added timeout to testing. To do, make timeout an option to do. Make timeout an option. What's the other thing we want to do? Oh yeah. Set a timeout for sig term if sig kill fails. I guess I need to check signal. Kill cannot be called or ignore termination signal. So I guess we try to do termination first and then kill. Kill is nicer than terminate, right? What? What the hell are you on about? Sig kill can be ignored. Sig term not. right? So sig kill is the the, the less um, is the way to let the application possibly clean up nicely. Ah, I see where we're going now. We were talking Unix signal, not just word vibes. Silly ChatGPT. Okay, so send sig term first. Oh yeah, so that's good. This is my current implementation for my testing framework to actually run a test. What do you think? The first chunk. Looks like you're implementing your own timeout plus kill logic. Curious how you handle cleanup and exit codes. I'll scan further for that. Yes, why didn't you read the entire file from the start? It is not even big. You even mention it in the to-do. What? Two, we wait for the child to exit. Wouldn't... Are you saying I might not catch exit code? So are you saying that the event data gets populated, the event fired, and then node populates the reference to child? Okay. So then I should populate child myself in the event handler, and then it will be safe. Regarding free, what was free? I know free was wrong. Regarding improvement free, I do want everything to crash if there is an error, since I can't recover from errors anyway. Alright, that's weird, so I had no idea that was a thing. Resolve, wait for process. According to ChatGPT, this is needed because Node internally sets this after firing the event. I have not verified if this is actually the case. To do, verify this, since ChatGPT is known to hallucinate sometimes. Wait, why is not async anymore? Why is wait for process no longer async? Okay, it's probably correct about that. We're not using a wait in there, so we don't need async. We should make some real tests now. Fixed potential race condition suggested by ChatGPT, not verified yet. I am very sorry, but I need to go and do something. But I'll stream a bit later. Or actually, maybe I can just BBL here for a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. I'll be back in a bit. So let's change this. I will be right back. I will be back. Okay, that is way too big font. I will be back soon. Sorry for the delay, but I have returned. I'm somewhat... what's the word? My sweet tooth is acting up. So where were we? We were making test cases. I guess when making tests, the reason we need to do -b here is that once we have made tests, we have the reports, and once we have the reports, we don't need to do the tests anymore. But I think that when we make testing, we should always want to do those. So we have clean there. Report all. All is test, and test are those things. But all should probably contain clean first. Yeah, that's probably correct. Otherwise, we'd have to make sure the tests are yeah, that they would depend on the library, but then there could be third-party changes and so on. So I think that when you do make test, you want to, or like make all or make report, you'd want it to actually clean it first. Oh, did I forget to remove the thing? The BRB thing? Yeah, I did. And also I'm thinking maybe I should make a pie. I mean, that would be pretty sweet. And then have some coffee with it. That would be pretty good. Maybe I'll do that in conjunction with laundry. No, that's like 1 hour left for that. Alright, let's do a bit more work here first. Because I just put hand moisturizer on my hands and I don't want to wash it off immediately, which I would have to do if I wanted to make if I want to make some sort of food. So we have testing, we're done with that, we have that experiment, test fail. Yeah, we need to write tests to test all the different things we have here. Working overview. This is from plus. Okay. Tests. Implementation. Can we make a table that's also tree? Is that a thing? Will that be terrible if we do that in Markdown? I guess we can always try it. So we could... Yeah, here we have tables. Uh-oh. It can't render these things? Is it not in Unicode? That's silly. Also, didn't we... I guess it was the previous thing. We didn't save that. That's unfortunate. So let's take this thing here. Oh yeah, we haven't mounted that, and we haven't started SSH D on the laptop, so we don't have access to that one tool that I made there. Guess I could go and fix that, but I just want to do a quick test. I just want to see how this would look like. Tus, don't sit in the way. So let's just edit this thing randomly. What? What are those signs there? Does it use some weird thing it can't? I don't know. I mean, some of these seem like pretty high numbers, but file name. Okay, we need to file name. File name. I guess it kinda works, but it's also kinda very terrible. Directory and file icons. Yeah, maybe something like this. Data, then we have enum. It's right there. Formats. XML. No wait, these are under here as well. Then we have those. Let's see, let's put all the directories in their place. And then all the icons. Okay, XML, processing, formatting, contains ANSI, which contains simple themes, iteration, oh yeah, and of course, and iteration contains switchable iterator parser. Okay, so what about this then? I didn't retain the leading spaces. Urgh. Urgh. What about this? It's kinda terrible. Interesting how two backticks just after each other render as two big backticks. That surprised me a little bit. I guess we could have something before here. What if this is a list instead? Then it removes the indentation. What if it's a nested list? I don't know if you can nest it like several levels and reuse them. That sort of works. But it's not very nice either. I wonder if there are any other ways of formatting it. Doesn't seem to be a good way in Markdown to create a table like this, which is unfortunate. I guess I could just use a flat file list. Oops. What? Oh, I need to specify the path first. Okay. So, yeah, maybe just use a flat list for now. File name. And then if whether we have implemented a test or not. Test implemented. Okay, so I don't have my utility for quickly turning this into a table from my laptop right here, but I do have another utility that I could use. Headings, and then we can convert SimWiki. Tables need more than one line. Well, yes. Oops. Do we need to have stuff here? I mean, that detracts from the entire thing where this was supposed to make it easier. Yeah, it doesn't even work, but now we can just manually do this. Oops. Something like that. Yeah, that will have to do. We're not saving this stuff. Leave. And we're putting this in the README. Test implementation. So we can keep track of this. And here we have to figure out what tests we want. So we start with switchable iterator. So we need to go to, well, we need to show the tests here. And we should have the test makefile open here. What's going on? Why my computer feels slow? Let's put the makefile there. And now it just runs make. So we do a temporary thing here. To do remove temporary first target, which is the one we're working on right now. Switchable iterator. Current. And switchable iterator is a phony. I guess current is also, but never mind. Nothing to be done. Okay. Then we need to register it here. Switchable iterator. Let's call those swit. And then we have to create a swit. I don't know what to call it. We can get rid of that and get rid of that. So yeah, we should probably just do some basic tests. So let's call it, didn't we have it in the right folder? Swit basic. Nothing to be done. Why not? Hello. Oh yeah, because we're not actually reporting on it. And report requires all. Maybe I haven't really made this in a good way. I guess we can add a report here. But make clean. Okay, now we only have that particular one. Oh yeah, so we should do clean and then that one. So switch basic. Now we need to import from the framework. Import switchable iterator from, and here we need some relative path, I guess. We are in testing, so need to go back twice unless it's invoked from elsewhere. Maybe we should have a library path thrown in here. Lib switchable iterator.js. Let's also do in the report thing when it fails that it actually prints out the proper things if it fails. And this should be a nice little function, I guess, but let's print std error if it fails, or both. Let's print both if it fails. So if report.time out triggered or report .exit code. I think these are already loaded because we used the load report thing. So I think we can do it like that. Uh-oh. Report.std_out.splits on function. It's a buffer. I thought we loaded this thing with load report. Oh, it loads it as a buffer because we never decode it there. Alright. Alright. So we do need to do this. Okay, yeah. As I suspected, it couldn't find the module. But now we see it's here when something goes wrong. So are we... let's see, it tries to get lib switch obliterator. It's in a subdirectory, right? Iteration. Iteration. Then we need to actually use it for something. We'll make a test generator that just generates like 10 numbers. And we'll yield that number. And we create a new switchable iterator for test gen. I'm thinking about we should iterate through a list or something instead. Reserved word. Alright, because it has to be... Okay, so we can't iterate a list like that. I wonder if there is a built-in iteration function. Does Node have a built-in iteration function? I guess you could do ... perhaps? Let's try that. Does not work. Reference error, iter. Oh, right. Yeah, I'll probably just make an iteration function for testing purposes. Iter source for const item of source yield item. This should have worked. No, we forgot to call the function. I'm silly. Iter that thing. That works. Now it doesn't print output because we don't have a fail. So let's have a fail. So it prints 1 through 5, which is fine. So here we'll do the actual test. If item equals 3. Then we'll switch to a new iterator that has A, B, C in it. So this looks... Oh, right, because we forgot that thing. So this works. 1, 2, 3, then ABC. So we want to make sure that the output of all this is that. So let's make that another function. Function test1. Where we'll create this thing and we'll yield each thing here instead. Yield item. Maybe we'll yield it afterwards so it won't yield item 3. That's our magical item to switch. So we'll expect 1 to ABC as the result here. Test 1. 1 to ABC equals 1 to A, B, C. Why? Oh, I forgot a little thing there. False. One to A, B, C. Oh, doesn't it actually compare? It does an identity comparison. I guess we can serialize it then. JSON.stringify. And then we want to compare that to that. One, two. Oh yeah, we don't have spaces there. That should compare. So if this is not equal, throw new error, test failed. I guess we should actually see what the output here is. Output const output equals that thing. Test failed, expected, unexpected output. And this needs to be backtick. Something like that. So now it's okay. And then if we on purpose change it, we'll accidentally consume one here. Oops. Test failed, unexpected output 1 to BC. Nice. So that's one down. Plenty to go. 1 of 1. XML processing, that sounds like a much more complicated one. Okay, so I'm getting complaints here that my stream is not visible enough, it's not big enough. But see the pinned comment. See the pinned comment. Like if you want to see what I'm doing, you need to go to the GitHub repository. I try to push it regularly, and you could always be telling me to please push it now because I want to see. Maybe later I'll have some way where you can explore the files live, but that's not what I have right now. But I don't think that it's that much helpful in order to see my screen better. If that's a thing that people really want, maybe then I should make it possible that you could stream the screens in very clear but low frame rate to specific streams, so you could watch those streams. That's actually a pretty good idea, I think. I don't think anyone have time to actually follow along in real time. I think my stream is probably more like a co-working sort of stream. Uh, the vibe of getting stuff done. Alright, XML processing. So I think this is a good, well, it's not really a good template, but at least I know the path here. So that would be formats, XML processing, formats, XML processing. And what do we have there? Eternode, process tree. We have a lot of stuff here. And maybe start with Eternode. Maybe we should import everything as XML processing. And we should save this one as XML processing. And we need to add it here. Current is switchable iterator. Current is XML processing. XML processing. And this one is just called XML processing. We should probably rename that one. What am I doing? Testing. Tests. XML processing 1. Basic. I don't know. Basic. Oh, right, we need XML DOM here. So that's in tests? Or is that further out here? Where are we running this from? It's running from lib formats processing. Does it travel upwards? Could we just have it here? Node npm link xml dom. XML formatter. Themes. Oh yeah, because that one is actually not there. Where are we doing this? Lib formats, XML formats, XML. Oh yeah, here we go, themes. So that should be simple themes in ANSI. /ANSI/simple themes. Alright, one more. Lib. Is it formatting ANSI? Simple themes. Formatting ANSI simple theme. CLI highlight. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so it did the thing, but it got upset. Because it's trying to chmod something. What did it try to do? It tried to do... Oh, because that... Yeah, I don't know why it would try to... I guess it tries to set +X for the highlight binary there, but we're not using it. Yeah, I'm not sure the pixels are there because I'm taking 2 monitors and scaling it down to less than 1. Alright, where were I? Oh yeah, we're trying the XML basic, and the first experiment would be the iter node. So we need some XML things to test here. Process tree, process XML string. So we'll probably start with something like this. New DOM parser. Parse from string, and here we need some XML. Let's call this root, and then we'll have child1 and child2, and then we'll have grand child1 there. If I remove the margins, we'd get another 100 pixels on 2000 pixels. That's not percentually significant. I'll look into a better solution in the future. For now, you'll have to check out the Git repository if you want to follow along. Or ask questions. So there we have the the grandchildren legal return statement. Oh yeah, because we're not even going to use process tree here. We want to iter that node. Iter node for const sub item of oh yeah, we need to cause a problem so we see what actually happens here. Tag name. Undefined. Tag? Isn't it tag name? Data, node value. Null text. So iter node, okay, it yields tag ID and subnode. Why is it, shouldn't I get two things for each thing here, which is weird. Oh right, that's because we have the the namespaces there, and now we don't have namespaces. We get null instead. Maybe that's a problem. Get tag ID. Already paying off to make some experiments here. So I think that if we have the namespace URI, we should return it like that. Else, we should just skip it. And in such a case, we only need to return the node name like that. Looking better. We do have text nodes here. I think these are, that's like all the space in between here. Okay, so this will iterate it recursively. No, it won't, because I didn't put that in the child. Okay, that works. So let's call this one iter node. And we want it to, let's see, basic. Let's make that one blank for now. Def. Now Python is sneaking in here. Test. So now we want to make sure that if we yield these tag IDs, that we end up with child 1 and child 2. I will just copy this one somewhat sneakily from here. And then if that is not the same, and now we can, from the switchable iterator, no, swit basic throw error. Const output equals that stuff there. This is where the templating would come in handy. Takes time to make tests, but now we got one test down there for iteration. So that's iter node. Next one is process tree. This one is probably trickier because this one requires a rule set. Process node. Do we have an example of this? That's from parsing. Okay, so here we process an XML file. We use main rules from handlers. Alright, and here it's a mapping where we care about this output here. Okay, so we should be able to do something similar to that. Okay, we're in the wrong project. There we are. So we'll call this one, I guess we don't have basic. Maybe we should delete that one. And we'll save this one as processing process nodes. And if we can process a tree, we can process a node, I would think. So then we have to do process node. We'll start with that. XML doc. And then we'll have the rules here. Rules. And the rules will have to be something. I'd expect it to fail here because we don't have any rules. Process node. Maybe it's not strict, I forget. Process node. Strict is true, recursive is false. This function seems very unfinished. To do this function seem rather unfinished. We should improve upon that. Let's do recursive. Okay, with recursive it works. Oh yeah, because we did node instead of tree. Node recursive. Okay, so where is the root document? I don't think that's the root. Document element. Is that the root document element? Oh yeah, it is document element. That explains a few things. No handler for root. And then we can have a unstrict mode here. But in that case, we'd want to handle child 1. Let's call them child like that, and then do at name equals Alice, and name equals Bob. Charlie. Unexpected string. Alright. And when we call the handler, it's just a node. So let's return node dot. Do we actually return these things? Return process node. Okay. So if we return node attributes, object from attributes, which is in utils. Is that in XML? No, utils. So we'll do that for node dot attributes dot name. Alice Bob. Should probably not use JSON.stringify for comparisons. There are a bunch of JSON.stringify in comparisons in tests. We should probably use a comparison function of some kind. So now if we'd put a name there, it should fail? Correct. So this test will output the names of all the children. Get names from children. So we want to do another test where the rules only include. We should probably make this in different ones, but let's try it for now. Ground rules. Let's make this into functions. Test 1. Test 2. Test 1, test 2. Alright. Charlie David. Why is this wrong? Oh, it's put in double thingamajigs. Why is that? Oh, it's because we do recursive here. No handler for root. No handler for child. That's root. Then we do child nodes no 0. Undefined. I'd expect this to work. Okay, that one has Charlie in it. Child nodes there is weird. It's like it's a flat list. Let I equals 0, I under 4, I plus plus. Oh yeah, we have text nodes and stuff. That's probably what messes it up. Is it children then? Child elements. Undefined. Child nodes, which is everything, including text. I can't see here. Then we have owner document, node name, parent node, first child, which is also text, last child. Okay, it doesn't actually have a way to do this. Yeah, this setup gets a bit complicated. Whew. Okay, so we need to improve this. To do these tests need to be improved, but we need some better test cases. I guess we could make small XML documents for each test. So this one has a test. To do test are work in progress. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 planned tests. To do, we have 4 planned but not implemented tests and 1 implemented. So that would be 1 out of 5. Utils 2, 3, 4. To do 1 test per function 4. 0 out of 4. Then we have undefined ones here. Added a few more test cases, plenty left to add. I think I'm going to cut it there because I'm getting a bit low on blood sugar. Implementing tests is kind of boring. I'm going to take a break, do something fun, and then maybe work on a different project, which I'm probably not going to stream. But thank you all for watching. And that will be all.